Gina. Welcome back to the channel. I am so excited with our 3-inch blocks. They are looking so cute. We have so many pretty ones. And today we are going to sew on camera making this cute little block. It was designed by Yoder. It's going to be probably a little bit easier than last week because there's fewer pieces to cut and fewer pieces to sew together, but it is still super cute. So let's go ahead and start picking our fabrics and getting everything cut. Okay, so let's get our fabric out. I keep mine in these little art bins from Hobby Lobby. So we're going to be sewing on camera using the Sunday Brunch today. So I just kind of have a whole bunch of stuff right here. There's my background. There's no papers that we can use for this one. So what we're going to do is on our background, we're going to cut 4 2-inch squares. What I'm going to do also is just cut this next one into a 2-inch piece, and then I'm going to throw these tiny little pieces away. This one should be 1 inch that we can use for another when we need some 1-inch pieces. So we'll put that in our little Ziploc bag. So now we have 4 2-inch squares. I'm going to put those under the iron for a second and get them nice and flat. Now we need to choose our fabrics. So these are the A fabrics. So in the center, let's do this brown one. And then we're going to do a pink. And then ooh, actually, let's do, a lot of times I don't like to do stripes when they're fold over so that they don't go all different directions. Ooh, you know what we're gonna do? Let's do all pink. Let's do brown in the center, and then we'll do the pinky, orangey, salmony grunge and the stripe, and then we'll cut a piece over here that's pink from the floral, or maybe right here, and then this one. So let's do all the salmon pink red color. And so let's see. Oh, you know what? For the backgrounds, we need 4 1.5 inch. Missed that. We don't need very many of our little clippies today. We just need C's, which we won't even really need that. So for our C's, we are going to cut 1 1.5 from each color. So we're gonna trim that one and then cut off the little pinked edges because I don't like those in my, I'll bring it over here out of the way. So now we don't need that anymore. And now let's see, let's line up these 3 and cut these 1.5. I'm cutting it just a little bit bigger than 1.5, oops, so that I can trim off the pinked edges. Need this one. I guess I could have put that one in the same pile as the other 3. I was thinking I didn't have any pinked edges on this one. Make sure you don't cut 1 1/4. I almost did. All right. So now we're going to do a brown in the middle. Pink, 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 pink. Ooh, I don't know if I like that because this one is a little bit lighter. But I think I'm going to go with it anyway. I think it'll still be pretty. This one's not really any darker. So we're just going to go with it. I could pull one from my stash if I had something that was in this more salmony color. I am definitely not the type of person that only uses one collection. I love to bring in other things. So right now, if I was sewing at home and I was making this and I wasn't on camera, I probably would go find one from my stash that was comparable in color and then do that one. So just don't be afraid to add in things you like. You don't have to use it. Just because it's in the fabric collection doesn't mean you have to use it. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is find our little blocks. So we need A's are at the end. We're going to do some fold over corners. So we're going to just sew these into a line. So you can sew them this way, this way, this way, or this way, this way, this way. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to sew mine. Now we're going to do this bottom one. So that's that one. Now we're just going to hold it open. Same thing with this one. There's our middle piece, so we'll take this one. And now this other corner. So now we have that sewn. We can go ahead and press it. Looks like these top ones are pressed in, and this one, the middle one, is pressed out so that you can nest them. Okay, sorry, I had my camera angle a little bit not so good for the sewing part. Fixed it. So I just left the pieces together. So we've got them pressed inward, outward, inward. So now we can just take it and fold it over and line up our pieces. You can feel it where it nests. Pin it. This one, same way. You have to maneuver it just a little bit, but you can feel it. Sewed right over my pins, sorry. I always have some people yell at me. Now we're gonna flip this side over and nest these seams. And take our pins out. Check it, looks great. Now let's go press. So as I've mentioned in some of my other videos, I usually put my block down on my wool mat. Then I press it with my small little iron that's right to the right of me. And then I put my clapper down. And I usually just leave the clapper on it for a couple of minutes, or if I get busy, several minutes, doesn't really matter. So now we're going to take our pieces A, and we're going to draw a line on the, so that we know, so we make ourselves a seam line. So push our finger in the center to kind of hold it. And I'm just using a regular pencil, putting the pressure down in the middle, keeps the fabric from wiggling. And then just line a corner here and a corner there. So I am a self-taught quilter. No one ever taught me anything. I learned before there were YouTube videos. So I am a very minimalist in terms of gadgets and tools, which is why I usually just use the pencil. Now we have our block. We're going to go ahead and trim it though, because it needs to be 3.5. And it shouldn't need to trim very much of it, but I am going to, I do have some little uneven spots over here. Okay. And it really is just like little hairs. Now we are going to take our pieces and we are going to sew them corner to corner and corner to corner. We can go ahead and pin these and do 2 at a time. So we're going to be sewing on the line. So if you do pin it, you want to pin it so that it's not where your seam line is, so that you don't have to adjust it. So now we can just sew and sew. I talked about it in last week's video. When I draw the line, I always stitch just on the inside of the line so that when you fold over, you have that little bit of extra. So I never sew directly on the line. I always sew to the inside of the line, the pointed side. So now we can take those pins out and finger press it to make sure that we didn't do anything goofy. And it looks fine. So now I will go ahead and trim. Now we're gonna finger press and then press with the iron. Now we're gonna do the same thing over here. We're gonna line it up. I do try to make sure that my edges touch, and I'm gonna just pin it on the inside, and then here. And then when I pin, I get it in the right spot, but when I take it over here to the machine, once it wiggles around, I do try to make sure that I use my hands to keep it where I want it. Like right now, I do try to, sometimes this bottom piece will wiggle around a little bit. I do make sure that it's lined up exactly with the edge. Oh, that one was a really fast one, y'all. Oh, you gotta love a super cute fast block. All right, let's trim. So this is a little trick that I use a lot if I'm making fold over corners and I have this part is going to be thrown away. If it's a big enough piece, so for this size I don't normally do it, but I'm going to show you the technique so that you can use it later. So once I've sewn the line, if you take your ruler and you make a pencil mark 1/4 inch away, and then you go in and you sew 1/4 inch from that line. So line up your foot, stitch on the end, and then trim on that line. Now you have a tiny little half square triangle that you would have otherwise thrown away. So like I said, this one we wouldn't really use. This is just to show you. If you're sewing a larger block and you have an extra, you can just start making yourself a whole bunch of half square triangles, throw them in a tub, and at some point you'll have enough to make a half square triangle quilt. So now we're going to press that open. Actually, I said press it open, but that's not what I meant. I did not press them open. I just pressed them all over. And now we shouldn't really need to trim anything. Same thing as before, just the little hairs. All right. So what a difference the fabric makes. Okay, I am so excited because you know what? Next week we get to make the little strawberry block. I'm so excited. The strawberry is here somewhere. Number 10 block is the little berry block. I love it. It's so cute. I can't wait to make it. All right, so the little berry block is what we're gonna make next week. I hope you join me because it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's some very small little pieces, but we can do some super cute things. And then these are the ones we just made today. Also very cute, very fast, and oh, it's just gonna be so much fun. So make sure you check out some of the other videos. We're making small projects with these Sunday Brunch fabrics, and then we are going to make the whole full quilt with the wild honey fabric. So I'm gonna start putting my rows together pretty soon and adding my accent pieces. There's been a lot of questions about the accent pieces. So I'm gonna talk about that in a future video. We're gonna start making this quilt real soon. Make sure you check out the other videos where we're making little small projects with the Sunday Brunch fabric. Thanks for watching. Come back next week.